Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. We need to talk about the Legends Pass. Now this video is going to be twofold. I'm going to talk about whether or not I think the Legends Pass is worth it, especially if you're a spender, and then I'm going to talk about how I feel about the Legends Pass, especially more so towards the free-to-play community. So we're going to start with the Legends Pass, whether or not this is worth it if you're considering purchasing it. So let's go through all of the rewards. Well, I guess I should click on it. If you want the Legends Pass, it is going to cost $7.99, at least in US money. So $8, okay? And some amazing rewards include an exclusive avatar, a frame, so it's a movie in Elvira, a monster skin. You get the Amethyst Elvira, which beautiful, beautiful skin. And then you get additional perks and you get a level 10 rune. And all this is for $8, okay? So let's see, is it worth it? You get a hatching time boost, a 10% boost. If we click on it, let's see if it tells us. Well, basically, it'll reduce the hatching by 10% when activated. And it stacks the hatching perk. It stacks the hatching perks for an increased effect, meaning there's future hatching perks. So during the whole duration for these next 26 days, assuming you were to, like, if you'd completed the first one already and you reached the hatching time boost, automatic 10% reduction for the rest of the month. Pretty crazy. You get 200 orbs. You get a building time boost of 20% reduction, which in my personal opinion, most players probably don't need this unless you're new to the game and you're purchasing the Legends Pass. You can definitely use this to speed up some of your buildings. You get 5 silver relic chests, which could potentially give you a gold or a legendary relic, a diamond relic. Sorry, I don't know why I said legendary. You get your second hatching boost when you reach 275 points, so that's a 20% reduction. You get 3 random elementals chests, which each contain 5, so 15 random elemental cells. You get a 10% extracting time boost, which I think is amazing. You can extract your monsters a lot faster, 10% faster. You get a million food, which is really whatever in my opinion. Another 10% building boost. You get a level 6 rune. You get extra cell donations by 20%. You get 150 war coins, which honestly is whatever. You get a 5% hatching boost. So right now we're at 25% hatching reduction essentially, which is crazy, right? 1/4 the cost of, or 1/4 as fast as it would normally cost to hatch a monster. You get 10 elementium, another 10% extracting time boost, and then at 1.3k points you get Amethyst Elvira, which again, just beautiful monster design, incredible, or reskin I should say, just absolutely amazing. This alone is pretty cool. You get another 20% extraction, an extra 20% cell donation. You get 40 elite souls, which I think is a really great, it's a really great perk. You get another 10% extracting time boost, so that's what, 30% extracting time boost. We get 4 additional chests, so this is 20 extra elemental cells. And wait, 4 contains 5, 20, yeah. And let's keep going. You get another 5% hatching time boost for a grand total of 30% reduction. So 1/3 faster than it would normally cost. You get 10 silver relics, so that in total you get 15 silver relic chests. You get 20 extra cell donations yet again. I believe that's what, 60? We've seen it 3 times now. And yeah, 3 times. So 60 extra cell donations. Remember, this is you the ability to donate, not to receive. You get your level 10 rune, and then you get a bunch of elementium. Alright, so in order to actually get points, you need to look at the challenges. Different challenges will give you different points. If we look at the daily challenges, these will literally refresh every single day. So you get 10 points for multiplayer kills, 10 for using your stamina, 10 for donating cells. Those are pretty easy to do. The weekly challenges, these you have a week to complete. So for example, you need to win battles. You need to win 9 multiplayer battles using a water monster. So make sure to put a water monster on your team. You need to win 1 multiplayer battle using a monster from a Good Legends book. This is important because if you're a newer player, if you're a long-term player, you probably have a water monster and a Good Legions, so you'll be fine. You'll be able to complete these. But if you're a newer player, you might not have a Good Legions monster, so that's a factor to consider when deciding whether or not to actually purchase this kind of season pass. Moving on, you got to complete 7 dungeon nodes. I think that's pretty straightforward. Open chest. You need to open 20 chests. So I love that I saved up all of my chests, so this I would have no problem with. But even if you haven't, I imagine it should be easy enough. Keep in mind, you get your free chest every, 6 or 12 hours. And then in the daily goals, there's 2 chests there. So you only need to open 20 of them, and you have a week to do so. And you get 2 per day, plus whatever you get whenever it resets the free chest. So you're going to be fine with that. You're going to be totally fine. By the way, if you don't know where the Legends Pass is, it's right here next to what level you are. So let me click on that. And let's go back to challenges. And then you need to craft a monster, craft 1 epic monster. Now here's the thing. every week this is going to change. So I can't comment on whether or not it's going to be easier, whether it's going to be harder. Like, what do they say? Craft a legendary monster. Like I said, it could get difficult. So if you're a newer player, it's hard to say whether or not you're going to actually be able to complete every single challenge. But you do have a week to do it. But again, for long-term players, this is probably no sweat. It's easy enough. For newer players, it's hard to say right now how easy it's going to be. With that said, let's go back to the rewards. So the question is it worth it to pay $8 to purchase this? And my answer is an unequivocal heck yes. Honestly, if we look at the level 10 rune alone, there is effort that's going to be needed for you to actually reach that, but you do have the whole month to do it. But just the level 10 rune alone, in my personal opinion, is worth it. Because if we take a look at the shop and we go to runes, a level 10 rune right now costs 2.3k gems, which is ridiculous. Typically what we've seen, I don't know if this still happens, but usually the go-to price for level 10 rune would be when there was an 85% discount, which would lower the price of any level 10 rune to 345 gems. 345 gems. Keep that number in mind, okay? And then in terms of packs, if you're someone that purchases gems, you could purchase the giant chest of gems, as it costs right now. $50 will give you 1,700 gems. Now, so if you were to purchase a giant chest of gems for $50 and get 1,700 gems, and you use 345 of those gems to purchase a level 10 rune, the cost of your level 10 rune is approximately $10. So $10 equals a level 10 rune. Going back to the Legend Pass, you are getting this level 10 rune for $8, and it just requires some work. But it doesn't stop there. You're not just getting that level 10 rune. Like, again, the level 10 rune alone pays for itself. Aside from that, you are getting all of these extra perks. And it goes without saying, the reskin is like alone an amazing perk, right? The fact that you get this reskin monster, that alone is cool. I think that the other extra like really good thing is the elite souls. 40 elite souls is great, especially for a newer player, because unless you want to go through the live duel system and try to win your elite souls that way, you might end up spending a ton of gems, like a ton of gems. If you want to win 12 souls, you have to get 9 victories in a row, and we all know how difficult that can be. So honestly, the 40 elite souls, in my personal opinion, is pretty valuable in itself. So for $8, you're getting that level 10 rune, and you're getting those 40 souls. And actually, let me see, there's actually 10 souls that you can get free to play way. So in total, you have 50 souls. So if you do the season pass in 2 months, like 2 months in a row, you're gonna have enough to get an elite monster. So not only are you gonna get, I imagine every single time they're gonna do a level 10 rune, not only in 2 months would you end up with 2 level 10 runes and 2 reskins, you'd also get essentially an elite monster, and pretty much you can pick up your Wormlad. So honestly, that is pretty cool. And then, not to mention, on top of all that, we get 30% hatching time boost, which is great because that is going to help you in pretty much every single event in Monster Legends. Any future maze you do, it's going to be easier to hatch and breed essentially, and then you're going to be able to get more maze coins. Right now we have a race going on. It's going to be easier to hatch those monsters. Like, it just makes life so much easier. The extracting time boost, that's going to make it easier for you. It's going to expedite the process of you getting elemental cells from extracting those epic monsters or whoever you need to extract. So let me just say, like unequivocal, $8 for this is incredible. It's a fantastic purchase, right? Again, just the level 10 rune pays for itself. On top of that, you also get 30 Elementium if you add up all of the Elementium. Like I mentioned, you get the 40 Elite Souls, or 50 if you count the free-to-play. You get your 30% reduction in hatching, you get your 30% reduction in extracting, and you get your 60% extra cell donations. So a lot of nice benefits, plus some extra stuff, right? There's the Elemental Chest. You get 15 Silver Relic Chest, that's pretty cool. You get 200 Orbs. So again, if you're thinking about purchasing it, I would say it's a great time to purchase it. Alright, now let's talk about what you get as a free-to-play player. So you don't need to purchase the Legends Pass. You could just do this free-to-play, and if so, your rewards are 500,000 gold, 5 stamina points, which honestly to me that's a punch in the face. Like, stamina points recharges over time. Why do I need to work for stamina points? The 10 souls I like. If you were to do this for 10 months, completely free-to-play, you would get 100 souls, so you'd be able to get your elite monster in 10 months essentially. We get 5 random elemental cells with 5 each, so 25. We get 5 PvP attacks, which isn't really that useful unless it's a race, which currently it is a race. So this could help in a race scenario, maybe in the maze because you get to spin 5 more times, but really not that helpful. It's kind of like the stamina points, but I'd rather have PvP attacks than stamina points. We get a decoration, which honestly is not, and I hate that they parallel it with the reskin, that's like, that hurts my heart. You get 500k food. I mean, you can't really complain about food, but it sucks that you have to do so much effort for that. And then I think the main thing is that level 8 speed rune. So that's awesome. Like a level 8 speed rune, that's incredible. I'll take a free level 8 speed rune any day of the week. And then you get 5 Elementium, which honestly is whatever. Now, when you look at the rewards, really the only thing that's worth it, I would say, is again the Elite Souls and that level 8 rune. I wish they would have done more. I wish there wasn't empty spaces, you know, even like a bronze relic chest here or there. Like I wish, just like the gold pass, I wish a free-to-play player could have some reward every single node, essentially. Every single new node, I wish there would be something, right? Like a bronze relic chest, another bronze relic chest, some elemental cells. It just feels kind of empty that you have to skip from 55, get 220 points, and then 385, and then 580. More so, I don't believe a free-to-play player can get Elvira, right? It would be nice. So I really like the format of War Masters, where if you're a spender, you can spend and get the War Master almost immediately. But if you're not a spender, you can grind it out, and over the course of a long period of time, you can get yourself a War Master. I like the way they're doing mazes now, where if you're a spender and you don't want to go through the effort of the maze, you can literally buy the monster outright for $30. But if you're a free-to-play player, you can grind it out, and if you grind it out, you can walk away with that same monster that a spender purchased a week earlier, but the spender had to spend money, whereas you were free-to-play, you grinded it out, and you got it. I love that format. I don't think anything should be exclusively paid content. I think everything should be available to all players, even if it requires some grinding. So what I would like to see is if everyone is able to get this Elvira skin just by accumulating points. So I would love to see if you spend on the season pass, then yeah, you get Elvira at 1.03k points. But if you don't want to spend on the golden pass, it would be nice if there was if at 2.3 you could also get the Elvira skin. That would be so awesome. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing? So if you're a spender, you get it earlier, and you don't need to put as much effort. But if you're free to play, you can grind it out, because I know for a fact I would grind for that Elvira skin, because I want that. And I definitely understand the whole reason of doing exclusive content, right? As a company, you want to give exclusive content to those that are willing to spend, which is why that season pass exists, the golden season pass, the golden legends pass. But I just feel like you isolate a whole community if you don't allow everyone a chance to get it. Again, when I think of VIP monsters and how they were only to players that could spend, and then they were able to dominate the game, that wasn't cool. Nemesis monsters, same thing. That wasn't cool. I love the War Master format, and I love the way they're doing mazes now. So I feel like this should be the same. Again, like, obviously I would also love if they added, like, honestly, a 3% hatching time boost or a 5% hatching time boost on the free-to-play. Like, we don't need a 30%. Like, I get it. Because spenders spend, they need to get rewards. They need to get better rewards. But I feel like the free-to-play community should also get similar things, even if it's really downgraded, right? Instead of 200 orbs, what if it was 20 orbs? Instead of a 10% hatching boost, what if it was a 5% hatching boost? Or a 2% hatching boost? Just anything to make us feel like we're not being completely excluded. Because when I see gold, stamina points, really? Stamina points. And like food over here, a Terrorizer statue, like especially paralleled with the skin, that's a punch in the face. Now part of me hopes I'm wrong, and like if you do make it to 2.3, you can get the Elvira skin, that's why it's at the end. But I don't think that's the case. I think that's just there. So it hurts, it really hurts to know that. Again, I understand it. Like, for example, I've been promoting the membership group on YouTube now more and more, and one thing that I'm able to do for members is to release videos ahead of time. So, for example, I actually record a lot of videos, but due to how YouTube works, it's not a good idea to release everything at once, like 8 videos in one day. That doesn't work out. So what I've been doing, I've been kind of releasing a certain video ahead of time to anyone that's a member so they can see it first, and then I release it to everyone, to the public. So again, it's kind of an incentive to become a member, but it's not like I'm gonna forbid everyone from seeing the video. Eventually you guys will see it. So I wish they would follow that format. I wish they would increase the rewards for free to play, because it just feels so empty and like a punch in the gut, especially when it sucks that you see them like one on top of the other, and it's like, wow, like that is a huge difference. That is phenomenal. But once again, in terms of spending $8 for all of this, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's great. I really want the skins. I think everyone wants the skins, and I would definitely grind for the skins. But as of right now, I don't think that's going to be possible, right? Unless I spend money on it, and I don't want to spend. But again, it is a good purchase. So if you're thinking about spending, go for it. Once again, my opinion on it, I just feel like SP should do more. They should add more rewards. They should add a hatching time boost, even if it's 2%. Like I said, a 10%, like I'd be happy with that. It doesn't need to be 30% like someone that spends on it. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I am super curious to hear your guys' thoughts, especially from whatever perspective you're at. Whether you're a spender, whether you're a non-spender, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys have any solutions, also let me know in the comments below. I am super interested to hear your guys' responses in this video, so I'm going to be reading through the comments, trying to respond to as much as possible. So don't be shy, share everything below, and it's a good time to plug. If you want to become a member, there is a link in the description. I'll even pin it to this. No, maybe I won't pin it to this. There's a link in the description, so check it out. You get an exclusive icon next to your name. Your name will be highlighted green during live streams, and you get priority battles during the friendly battle live streams. So that's my little Legends Pass for you guys. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm Armor Gaming. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.